Yahoo! Hello everyone. How are we doing on this lovely Friday? Are you ready for Friday? Are you ready for the weekend? On the weekend, do you have secret evil plans? Are your evil plans to rob a bank and then rob 6 more banks and then the banks are gonna be like, sorry, we don't have any more money because you've already robbed the bank. Is that your plan for the weekend? How are you doing? How are we? I can't believe it's already almost weekend. What do you mean the week was not starting tomorrow? Like, tomorrow feels like a Tuesday. It does not feel like a Friday. But I have cool plans for the weekend. You will never guess. Or will you? Here's a tip. A hint. Meow. That's right! I'm going to a cat cafe. Ashita da yo. Ashita da yo. Is this an excuse to not study? Yes, it is. I was like, oh, we're going to schedule our weekend for studying. And then the weekend rolls around and it's like, what if I go to a nekocha cafe? What if I go and see some little mau-maus? But the websites, like, you can tell they're not graphic designers. They're just some random store in the middle of nowhere that, like, lets you have drinks with cats. Makes it sound like I'm having alcohol with a cat. Yeah, we'll just get some beer for this tiny little nekocha. But it was like so sketchy, the website. Like, it had like a calendar, but each thing in the calendar was an entirely different size, and I don't know how they managed to do that. Did they just randomly be like, oh, I'd like size 12 for this. I'd like size 554 for this. I'd like size... Right? It was so sketchy. So I really hope they're not just stealing my card information, and that I actually will in fact get to see cats tomorrow, because if I don't see cats tomorrow, I may die. And we don't want that. But if I come back rejuvenated, ready for the newest week of Yufu Land, then we will know the cats were good. Sugoi! Happy Friday! Happy Friday, right? Happy Friday! What are you doing on your Friday? It's so crazy how everyone does such different things every day of the week ever. The unemployed friend on a Friday will be like, yeah, I played Genshin for 16 hours straight. The very employed friend on a Friday will be like, yep, I organized 60 different meetings with giant CEOs. The studying one, the me, will be like, yeah, I talked at my plushie pretending to be a therapist for ages. Yeah. White chocolate Tim Tams. I love how I read that, like, I read Tim Tams' train and I was like, you're having chocolate in the train. You're on a train. But no, white chocolate Tim Tam makes sense. Are you enjoying your white chocolate Tim Tam? Will you give some to me? Pretty please? Pretty please? Tim Tam for more? For the Yufu-roni? Would you like to donate to the Yufu cause? If you feed the Yufu white chocolate Tim Tams, she might grow. Okay, well, technical difficulties, like 1 second in, that's fun. I accidentally, like, touched my interface slightly, and it was like, you know what? I think Yufu means that we should all stop working. The audacity! I didn't say anything like that. You wouldn't? What do you mean you wouldn't? You wouldn't give to the Yufu-roni? I can't believe you. Because I was just trying to do a funny, like, oh, if you give me food, ba-bam, I will grow into a healthy young woman. But then I touched the thing and it all broke. The world doesn't want me making jokes ever again. I could just become unfunny. I could just be a serious, unfunny kind of person. Hello, guys. I'm Yufu. I don't do much every day. Though I guess that kind of character is also liked by VTuber fans as well. Ozpost would lose them? Is Ozpost really that bad? I got my package yesterday and I was so happy. I was waiting for that package for months. I was like, I can't wait. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be glorious. And I got it and it was so happy-ful. So ureshi-ful. But I do hear things about Ozpost. Like my Christmas gifts for my parents or whatever, they literally arrived Christmas Eve at like 4 p.m. I was so scared. I was it. And I was looking at my phone, and then they changed the thing. You know how you get updates like, oh, it is arriving soon. it is blah 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 blah, right? I got the notification that, oh, your package has been delivered. And I look outside and it's like, it's not there. I walk up a bit, it's like, they did not put it over here. It's not on the table. It's not by the door. It's a big old package. You can't just fit that in the mailbox. Where did you put this? And I was calling them like, it says it's been delivered, but clearly it is not here. Did you lie to me? Are you a liar? You a liar to the Yufu? How dare you? What's that one mean? You lie to me? Jail for 1,000 years? I don't know how that came into my mind suddenly. What is Sendel? What is Sendel? So I was calling it. I was like, where's my package? They're like, it's been delivered. It's been delivered. So as soon as I got them to like investigate, because I'm like, it's Christmas tomorrow. It's stress. It turns out, I think the like post guy just like threw it near our house. So it was like down the street a bit. And my dad brought it inside like, is this package for you? And I'm like, yes, it is. Well, technically it's your Christmas present, so it's for you. But like, yeah, it's fine. Ugh. Courier. What is a courier? That's how you say it, right? I hear my mum be like, oh, the courier, blah, 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 blah. And I have not used that, so I would not know. Is that like an independent type postage thing? Maybe. Postie has been delayed, yes. The postman has decided to go on a 7-year strike. You are actually never getting your post back. Oh, your mail? It fell into the ocean. Do you feel bad about that? Has your mail ever fallen into the ocean? I saw a tweet earlier of this like messaging between two people, and it was like, oh, sorry, my son accidentally cut your shirt up, so I can't deliver it to you. I will give you a refund. I was like, oh, I didn't know that I didn't know that could happen to my things. I didn't know I should worry about that kind of thing. But like, I always worried about that kind of thing, right? If I was ever to sell something, I would always make sure to have way too many extras, because inevitably bad things would happen. Like maybe my cat would eat it. No, actually, if I was trying to sell any shirts or anything, merch, clothing, they would all have cat fur on them. You would be able to get my cat's ID off them, because there is a 0% chance that they would be not cat furry. Because I used to wash my clothes like twice and bring them out of the washing machine. I always said dishwasher. I was like, what? Gotta make sure it's the right one. And they would have cat fur on them after they've been washed twice in a row. I can't believe that. I love cats. Which is why I go to Cat Cafe. But yes, I am your host today. And today presents Yufu's Hypothetical Questions. Disclaimer with the purchase, free with cat fur. It's like, oh, you're not paying for the shirt, actually. You're paying for the cat fur, and you get the shirt for like a bonus. You know, of course you want that. Just a little bonus. But today we are doing hypothetical questions. I have no idea how long we will be doing this for. We may be doing this for like 1 minute and give up. But we will see. We will see. As you can see, if you guys can, read, if you have eyeballs and literary skills. But if you don't, that's okay. I will read it out to you as well. The current question is, if there was a zombie apocalypse, how would you survive? I thought we should start with a simple question that surely you've had time to mull over the years. Surely your kindergarten best friend was like, if there is a zombie attack you, are you gonna die? Surely you had that conversation back in the past, right? So how would one respond to this? How would you survive? I used to joke that, oh, yeah, I'm not surviving. I'm not surviving. Simple as that. It's simple as that. That's right, We're dying. I guess it depends, right? On whether it's fast zombies or slow zombies. Because in different TV shows, sometimes they're just like, Brains, I'm too tired. I haven't had any brains to eat, so I can't really run. But then there are some zombies who are somehow like, you have a human heart, and I need a human heart because I'm clearly missing something because I don't have a heart now, but I'm a zombie, so I'm gonna go chase after you. And those ones are scary. Those ones are very scary. Hello. Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. The first question is, if there was a zombie apocalypse, would you survive? And how would you survive? How would you do it? Surely your instinctive reaction is to run. But You're going to need food. You're going to need water. If you can, surely... How would you get a water source in a zombie apocalypse? Would you just have to hide somewhere near a water source? Like, if they're a zombie, I'm sure they wouldn't be, like, smart enough to be able to tell that humans need water. They'd just be like, brains. What if zombies were, like, really smart? What if they were just humans but faster? If they were just humans but faster with, like, the same intelligence, knowing that humans need water and so they should camp by the water sources, all humans are dead. There's no way. Unless we learn how to make new water. Survive would enter me. Great, of course, right? It was so funny. I had a work call this morning. And legit, I had my Indomie noodles. And this other girl also had noodles. And we were like, oh, you, me? We are actually the same person? We are so tired. So do you have like a stock? Do you have like a bag that you would shovel your noodles in and run? I guess you could eat it without cooking it, right? If you don't have water. But wouldn't eating something salty like that be worse long term? Obviously, if it's all you have, you should have it. But won't it make you thirstier? And without water, どうするよ? Would you rob someone else for water? It's so crazy because I'm always like, okay, if there was a zombie apocalypse, all the humans would band together and come up with a solution really fast. Like, you know, there was COVID, we found vaccines so quickly. That's the power of working towards one same goal. I entirely forgot that if it was a zombie apocalypse, people might be like, you have food? What if I kill you for food? Oh ho 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 ho. Or maybe I will wait for the zombies to do all the work. これはどう? これはどう? Do you think you would survive a zombie apocalypse? I feel like if I was... Because I have this weird thing where if I'm with people younger than me or people more scared than me, it's like, I am the leader. I will protect you all, my children. We are going to find a safe haven. I will make sure everything's fine. You just stay here. But if there was literally anyone else who was slightly more leader than me, I would be like, okay, help me. I'm going to follow you around. Legit, I was walking around my uni yesterday, and I was like too self-aware. I was like, oh, I look like the walks nervously quirk in Tomodachi Life. Watashi da yo. Zombie virus dietosodium overdose after biting you. You would truly sacrifice yourself and your noodle collection for the greater good? Imagine if that's the way. But what if it had to be like overdose? Would you choose like one victim and be like, okay, from now on, you are only eating noodles. Good luck. maybe that's pretty, a bit scary. Noodle harm. Realistically, what do you think the government would do if there was a zombie apocalypse? How would you tell there was a zombie apocalypse? If there's one person, I guess that one person would probably be in hospital. They'd be like, huh, funny, why are you not reacting to treatment? You flatlined, and yet you were growling for berets. Imagine, you know how like the stereotype is, oh, zombies, they want braids. What if zombies didn't want braids, but imagine they wanted like hair? I guess it would be that scary if it was like, give me your hair, and everyone would just like live bald forever until the zombies learn to grow their own hair. And then we'd kind of have to like coexist with zombies. There should be a Doctor Who about this. If slow zombies prefer good men, storm, arise, bleach and thin clothes. If dying light type zombies, no. What are dying light type zombies? And why would you get bleach? To like attack them? When I think of bleach, I just think of like... I just think of like washing clothes and toilets and stuff. Do you wash clothes with bleach? Probably not. That's probably bad for your clothes. Maybe I'm wrong. But washing toilets, it's like, I've had many years of practice washing toilets. I can defeat you. Imagine zombies with just like really dirty like toilet bowls. And then you had to like clean. And then when they got all sparkly clean, then they became humans again. Because to be fair, if I was like really dirty, I would also be kind of mad and like reaching out for human connection. And then once I was clean, I'd be fine. Imagine. But surely the first zombies would be found in hospital. And I really need to get a new cord and headphones because this is bad. Sprinting zombies always scared me so much on TV because I legit only thought they could be slow after watching the my dad play Plants vs Zombies, and as a kid I would pretend to be so scared of it when I really was not scared. I was like, whoa, let's play! And then when I got to bed I'd be like, Mom, I'm so scared! Because I didn't want to go to sleep. And if I could cry about being scared, it meant I could be awake longer, and I think my dad got some blame for that because I was just making it up. I was like, it's so scary, why would he show this to me? I was like a major manipulator. Imagine it's a really good movie for sprinting. No, I don't like that. Like, I can't. Do you think like Olympians, like for running and stuff, like marathon and 800-meter sprint, they would definitely like have a better chance of surviving than us. Should we like we should start a run club. Everyone get up and start running. We say bold zombies. Zombie apocalypse depends. Is there a mystery box or pack a punch? If yes, I'm definitely surviving. What do you mean? What are either of those? Mystery box or pack a punch? Kore nani? What if it's like the Hunger Games though? Because that's what I thought of when you said mystery box. Like, imagine sometimes you just get gifts to help you survive, falling from the sky. And it's like, whoa, open this box. What do we have? We have an entire liter of water and new clothes. On zombies. I see. I don't know much about those. Would you like to explain? Explanation? The floor is yours. Imagine because my dad works at a hospital. If he meets the first zombie, if you get bitten by a zombie, do you become a zombie or do you just die? I like the idea of if zombies were like, oh, I want more people like me. Let's bite them so that we can be friends and there can be more of us. Maybe we would truly just seek companionship. And then the person just dies. It's like, oh, okay. Less effective than expected, but that's okay. A loot box is a decent sum of points in exchange for a random weapon. So kind of like you can sell different things for weapons, right? Suplex is suplex like the swing over your head wrestling thing? No. I don't know my fighting things, but that brings me to my next question. This wasn't on the original list I had, but it reminded me of something. Would you sell years of your life for material goods? See, this is a very broad question. Ooh, let me just change formatting so you can kind of see that better. But there was this magical girl anime I watched called Maho Shoujo Ikuse Keikaku, or Magical Girl Raising Project. And basically, it ended up as a... Now I'm good? Okay, well, what if there's something you really want? Like if we're in a zombie apocalypse, right? Because in this magical girl thing, it turned into like a battle royale. Is that even the right phrase? Anyway, it's basically a killing game between the different magical girls. And yeah, so you could spend years of your life. You could be like, oh, I will spend blah, 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 blah for blah, 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 blah. Like you could buy an invisibility cloak for 15 years of your life, I think it was. And obviously that's a really important one. If you know people are out to kill you, you could just be invisible for 15 years of your life. I guess that's a similar concept, right, to the Shinigami eyes from Death Note, right? Because it's like, oh yeah, I will have the power to kill people without risking myself for half of my life. But then Light had a like cool way of thinking of it, like, if I become the god, then I want to rule there for as long as I can. There's no point giving my life away, right? Figurative sense, already did that. In a literal sense, as a gacha gamer, yeah, I go a little over. Okay, if it was like, oh, I will give away 1 year of my life to get this 5-star character, would you do that? Would you do that? I feel like I might do that once. But, like, if for only 10 characters, that's 10 years of your life. I guess if it was like your favorite character. Get ice powers for a few years of my life. Ice powers, okay. And what about the more years you spent, the stronger your ice powers were? Only 10? I mean, you could spend like the rest of your life if you wanted. Do you think it's scarier though to like lose a percentage of your life or lose like years of your life? Honestly, I think losing years of your life is scarier because what if you die in 3 years' time? You just didn't know that. You just assumed that you were living a lot longer. I feel like definitely percentage is less scary. I'd rather spend 50% of my life than 20 years of my life. Because you never know. You never know. I could be dying at 30. Yeah, you never know. They could just kill me now to get my gacha character. A year of my life for a year of home cooked meals? That's not bad. Like every single meal? I might do that as well. If I could do that now, I would do that because I'm getting tired of eating just rice. Oh, but you'd still have to pay for the food, wouldn't you? And it would just be like having a private chef. But does chef count as material goods, or is it like you would just have your fridge full of food? I guess. Piping hot lasagna, please. I want piping hot fast food. There's this really sad like a Porter. You know a Porter, right? That fast food place that does like Portuguese chicken and chips, and they have the best chili sauce. Like genuinely the best sauce for chips, and the chips are like really fresh every time I've gone there because the shop's not that popular, so they like cook it fresh for you. Whoa! And legit, this poor store near me has only ever seen me at my worst because I always am like, oh, life is so sorrowful, I want to go eat a Porter. So they only ever see me when it's like pouring rain and I'm crying. No! It's fine. But I feel like we're putting it a lot in years of your life. What if it was less? If you could do less, like I would give up 10 days of my life for one meal. Like that's genuinely not worth it. But you might be like, oh, it's only 10 days, you know? Like what? 1/36-ish of a year for a meal? Like that's nothing. I feel like if it was a smaller number, like only 10 days, only 5 days, I feel like I'd be a lot more willing to spend it. Pepper garlic nuggets from McDonald's are really good. I love nuggets. And pepper garlic sounds so yummy. There was this instant rice I got. Because I've been having a lot of instant rice here because we can't have rice cookers. We're not allowed to bring them in, which is kind of annoying. But there was this really nice garlic rice. It tasted so good. If you see like instant garlic rice, you should get it. 10 days for a 5-star, talk about a steal? Okay, well I guess we have to spend like 10 days grinding it to get that much. But it's like you wasted days, right? Like you could have just grinded those 10 days, but you would also be able to see your family in that time, eat more yummy food in that time, draw some drawings in that time. It's really not worth it, unless you're really that impatient. Which reminds me of another topic which we could do. Cost-benefit analysis in life is interesting, right? It's so interesting. Speaking of rice, what do you mean speaking of rice? 1 day of use for ice power is quite efficient. Okay, what if it's like 1 day of ice power for 1 day of your life? What if it's just a 1-to-1 ratio? Infinite mango sticky rice for 20 years of my life. Would you do that? For 20 years? Could you really eat that much mango sticky rice? Okay, how much would I... Like, I do love my Shin ramen, but I've eaten so much of it. I think max I would give like 5 years of my life for instant Shin ramen. Because it's not like too expensive, right? When you buy it in bulk at Costco. And when you eat so much of it, I do miss having like the pot Shin ramen because I had to eat the cup ones because we don't have pots here. But 5-star, understandable but crazy. Right, okay, I entirely forgot what my next question was gonna be. It had something to do with this. Let me see this chat, see if I remember it. I remembered it! To change that rule. What? And change it to like for 1 day it costs like one second of your life? I don't know. But I have my next question. Would you want the power to play through life at 10 times speed. Kind of like a skip function in a way. But like you still experience it, but at just 10 times speed. So maybe you're not picking up everything people are saying. Maybe you blah 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 blah. But your body like moves automatically. So it's not like you're at work and you're just not doing your work. But like, I don't know if that makes sense. Does it make sense? A skip button in real life. It's like you can just like press a button and things just go 10 times as fast. And it's kind of like you're skipping time. Saw a video about that a few years ago, right? There's like a whole movie based on it that I suddenly remembered. I didn't watch the movie, I just watched like an analysis of the video of the movie with a whole bunch of games that kind of did the same thing. You turn it on and off, you can turn it on and off. So if you're at work, you can be like skip, 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 skip. And then in like what? 5 minutes? Then 50 minutes have passed, right? Is that how that works? Yes, it is. And so your shifts would be really, really short. Yes, please. Really? Beauty of life's the moments of the monotony, right? Right? That's what the movie was kind of about. You skip so much of your life. It's like, oh, I'll skip my arguments with my wife. I'll skip my work. And then it's like, there's not much left, is there? You missed so much of your life. You spent so many years, hours, just skipping through time. What happened? Hard to decide. I feel like I would want the power if given the choice, but I feel like I would abuse it and it would be pretty bad. I would just like skip everything. Skip class, yeah, whatever. Get that info on my brain, I'll study it later. Blah, 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 skip blah, 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 blah. So I feel like for the greater good of my soul, I should not take it. Demosa. I do like the idea of skipping through things. Use it for meetings. Okay, well, yes. Enjoy work, but not meetings. Yeah, I'd rather not. I think I would take it if I could, like, set... You know how you can, like, set limits to how long you can, like, scroll YouTube shorts? If I could do that, like, oh, you can only skip 20 minutes today, I'll be like, okay. Then I'd be okay with it, maybe. I do love the transience of time. It is such a cool concept. Okay, I think that's enough of that question then, right? That was kind of a simple one. Let me go back to my list that I have. My phone's also been, charging super slowly. It took like half an hour to charge 3%. I don't know what's wrong. And you gotta build a system like that in my brain anyway. Speed up the morning so lunch comes faster, right? But then you have to skip the rest of the day so you can get to dinner, and then your life is entirely just food. That's kind of what uni is felt like. You wake up and you need food and you eat food, and then it's like, I need to buy more food. Okay, next question. Yeah, welcome there. Alright. Okay. Ooh, this is a really specific one. Okay. Ooh, how do I word this? When you die, would you want your memory and personality uploaded into a clone of you? Oh, you can't really see that. Okay, let me change the formatting a bit. Okay, that doesn't get covered by me, does it? Yeah, okay, that's okay. Is the clone a robot? If the clone looks exactly like you, is basically human, right? Has human thoughts, blah, 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 but it's just a clone. It's not you. But like in everyone else's eyes, it's like you came back to life. But you know that it's not truly you, right? Because the you is still dead. And there's just a new you created. Would you want that? Would you want to clone yourself like that? Right? It's such a tough decision since clone is me. You always assume that like, oh yeah, when I die, we're gonna upload myself to a brain and I'll come back to life later. But the real you dies. It's crazy. So it really is a hard question. Like, instinctively, I was like, no, I don't want that. Because I feel like what's important about me is me being genuinely me. But then when I think about it from someone else's perspective, if my friend died, I would want them back as a clone. If it had the same personality and the same memory. I would want it to be. I would want them to come back because I'm going to miss them and I love them. But if it's me, I don't know. I don't know. Need a robot and my life is yours? Why? What do you mean? What do you mean? If you're back in like a body that's the same as your body. Oh, but you can still like lose weight and gain weight and stuff. Did you make clone in heaven? oh, you get... would it even count as secondhand embarrassment if it's basically you? It's like, oh, Yufu 2.0, why did you do that? Was I really that much of a mess myself that you would inherit these genetic components of my soul? Yeah, that it would work for the guy she likes. Oh. And just kill the guy whenever he misbehaves. It's like, oh, you're back alive. I've missed you, senpai. Have you enjoyed your rest? Your last body went to heaven. Well, really, I cleaned up your body and put it in the bin. But like... I don't know, but I can understand why others would. Right. Right. There was like a whole movie concept I think I saw where it was like this mother, maybe like 40, 50 years old. In this economy, she really could not find a job. And the only way to get a job is if you were young and beautiful and great at like selling stuff, right? You do need to be beautiful and put together to have like a better time selling stuff, right? Good old pretty privilege. We gotta love that. So she ended up getting like a surgery. She was the first person it happened to, where they put her personality into a younger body. While it was still her, right, in this case, other people didn't see it as her. She had a daughter, and her daughter's like, you're not her. You're not my mother. Obviously, she came to love the new body, but no. Well, I feel like I'd be more hesitant if it was put into a body that wasn't my body. If it was put in my body, I'd be like, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm dead anyway. You might as well bring me back. You might as well bring me back, man. But if it's in someone else's body, I don't think I would do that. I was talking with my friend about this though, and she was like, you would get a lot of like body dysmorphia, is it, or dysphoria? What's the difference? Gotta search this up real quick. Dysphoria refers to profound feeling of unease or disconnect regarding your gender identity. Dysmorphia is a mental health condition perceived by obsessive thoughts about perceived physical flaws. Okay, so it's dysphoria, not dysmorphia. Dysphoria. I'm getting confused by my psych classes. Right, you would have so much dysphoria, right? Like, this is not my body. Why am I so tall? Because I'm so short. Like, why am I so tall? Your body needs no aches and pains. I guess so. I guess so. Would you have more if you're like a lot taller than usual? Would you have to like learn to know how your arms work and stuff? Because maybe your arms are a lot longer than they used to be, and you might accidentally start bashing us. Obviously, this is not like the main issue. This doesn't even matter, man. But have you guys read the manga called Goodbye Eri? You would like to be shorter? I would like to be taller. I could finally reach the top shelf? Why am I so tall? Right? It'd be kind of scary because I'm so used to like low-key weaponized incompetencing it. Like, I can't reach it. Can you help me? Because I don't bother getting out of stool. But now it's gonna be like, oh, I can't reach. Oh, I can reach it. Oh. Tall sitting in airplanes not a good time. Oh, that's true. Being small sitting in airplanes is so easy peasy. I have so much space. You'd like to be a woman? Onanoko ni naritai? Hi. Hi. Being a woman is so beautiful. We're showing that we have control of this new body as well as our own personality. Is this a clone of us that has its own free will? This is like a clone of us. If that makes sense. Like, we're already dead, but then they can somehow like grab out the last bits of our soul and then like stick it in a new body. But like maybe the clone looks exactly like us. Would you take it? Welcome, by the way. Maybe being shorter would be interesting. For that reason alone, means I don't have to reach the top shelf for everyone all the time. Oh, I'm so sorry for always asking you to reach the top shelf. And then we were discussing like if it would be a different scenario if we were put in someone else's body. One that's not like a perfect clone, one that's slightly different, like maybe it's taller, maybe it's shorter. And I was just talking about like the dysphoria you would get. Like, oh, I shouldn't be this tall, it's so weird. Looking in the mirror and it's not you. Obviously you might get used to it. I'm sure they would like, if this became like a widespread thing, we would have like therapists who specialize in this very specific thing. But, it's tough. It's tough, isn't it? I don't think I would. I don't think I would. But yes, have you guys watched, I mean not watched, read Your Clone Shall Be Bonita? You never know, maybe your clone will be me. What? No. It wouldn't be a clone if it's me, would it? Maybe your new body would be me. Shocking! But have you guys watched Goodbye Eri? I keep saying watch, I keep meaning read. It's a manga, it's a manga. But basically it made me think of this new question. Before... Okay. If you knew when you were dying, what would you leave for people to remember you by? This isn't like directly related to it, so it's not like spoilers unless I start going into spoiler territory, but I didn't read it myself, I just watched a video about it. You should read it, I hear it's really good, and I saw it at Kinokuniya once and I was like, oh, maybe I will get it. But this is kind of the low-key concept. Kind of reminds me of Chainsaw Man. I believe it's the same artist. I believe. Maybe that would explain why you think it's the same. Okay, well, if you knew when you were dying, or when you were going to die, what would you leave for people to remember you by? Like, would you leave a film? Is a good question. Would you leave a film? And would you want to show all the parts of your life, the best parts, the worst parts, or would you just want to show the best parts? I was talking to my friend about this, right? And we both kind of concluded that we'd want to show the good and the bad, even though maybe people have different opinions. They're like, oh, Yufu, you're so angelic and so polite. I would want them to have like a record of me crashing out, so they would know that I'm not that perfect angel, that I do crash out very, very frequently. Very frequently, she crashes out. So we were thinking like, oh, I want it to be authentic more than like showing people what they would want to see, what they would want to remember me by. You know? Tempted to say my Steam library or gacha accounts, but genuinely, I don't know. Right? Like, definitely like the Steam, passing it on to your ancestors has always been like a meme, right? It's like, you may inherit land. You may inherit my Steam library. It's like, oh, I wanted the land, but that's okay. Yeah, I'll take the Steam library. Handwritten letter is enough? Would you have like a digital version as well, or just like one copy? どうする? Leaving address with a USB that has a video saying I'm Bonita. That's a good one. That's a good one. Like, imagine you have like folder inside a folder inside a folder, and then there's like all this secret code, and they're like, she really wanted us to find all this. She wanted us to stay together and like go on this epic quest together, and the love of family, to see her final message, and the final message is just like, ee. And that's it, and you're like, why would she say this to us? Does she really want us to be happy and so whimsical in the end? Thank you for maybe some baked desserts. Oh, but it's so sad when they have like the last of the food in the freezer, and it's like, we have to eat it. You have to eat it. Which reminds me also of like, these really sad stories, like in my favorite games, where maybe the wife dies, but the wife had sent like a voicemail, but then they died, so you just keep re-listening to the same voicemail again and again to hear the voice. My kokoro. I feel like games should never be mean to me. I need to stop liking games that fill me with despair. Okay. Can leave some recipes. Wait, what if you made some recipes and they were like absolutely awful, and the title was just like, Yufu's awful hash brown recipe? Like, I don't know how you could come up with a hash brown recipe. Is it not just a potato and then you stick it in the pan and then voila, hash brown? No? Maybe it's like, instead of potatoes, please substitute your potatoes with kale. Oh, I feel like a kale hash brown wouldn't be that bad. Hash green? Okay, that's not that funny. That's not that funny, I apologize. Okay, what do we have next for a question? Some of these are kind of... There was this really weird one I saw on Reddit. I don't remember the specific numbers, but I thought it was a really cool concept. So, okay. For $1 billion, would you accept randomly being thrown in the ocean for 30 seconds every day for a year. After time is up, you teleport back, dry, safe, and okay. It's a really weird one. It's really strange. Okay, what toggles did I accidentally turn on? Okay, there we go. There we go. Skin becomes so dry for the salt water. But it would only be 30 seconds every day. And then you could have a shower at some point during the day, right? Like, pretend you're in a work meeting, right? And it's like, yeah, economy, we need to improve the everything. We're losing money. The stocks are failing. Everything's pretty bad. And then voila, you're in the ocean, trying not to die in the ocean because maybe there's a shark coming at you. You don't know where in the ocean. No one ever survived that long because I can't swim. To be fair, I feel like you could survive 30 seconds even if you were drowning, right? Because then you teleport right back to your office meeting. All dry, maybe a bit traumatized, but you know, you'd be back in your apartment. It would be so distracting if you're like in the middle of an exam and you're trying to figure out a maths problem. You're like, oh, I'm under the water. Oh no. And then you come back like, what was the formula again? Maybe you'd be way too traumatized, but then you couldn't get special considerations because how do you tell that, oh, sorry, I was feeling unwell during my exam. I need to reset it because I kind of was in the ocean. They're not going to believe you. They're going to see you sitting on that chair. Maybe you disappear for 30 seconds and you come back. Get robot legs if you get attacked by sharks. $1 million. That's true. That's true. And it's only a year of swimming 30 seconds every day. You might come to like the ocean. You might come to have a huge phobia. Maybe, like if it throws you in the middle of a random place in the ocean, maybe you'll be inside a shark's stomach. But it'll only be for 30 seconds. Maybe it'll be okay. Surely stomach acids can't dissolve someone that quickly, right? Surely. Just bring a life jacket at all times. So like, you're going into a work meeting to present, but you're wearing a life jacket or like... But you're like holding it. Okay, what if like everything you touch can be transported with you? What if you're holding someone with you and they have to, like, if you're having your first date and it's like, oh, I love you, and you hold their face to kiss them, and then you're both in the ocean. It's not going well. I don't think your romance is gonna blossom from that. I think your trauma is. Maybe if your lovely future wife is a therapist, it could be okay. I don't know. Happy Pride Month, by the way. I just bring a life jacket, yeah. What if there's a box jellyfish? Is a box jellyfish like worse than a normal jellyfish? Is it box shaped? Is that a stupid question? If there's a box jellyfish, you're kind of doomed. But then if you come back, then you have to run out of your work meeting to get help. You know, peeing on like a jellyfish thingy or whatever isn't actually working. It doesn't actually work and it's just a thing so you can see people do stupid things on the beach. Like, that's like, no worries for me then? You'll be paralyzed? Oh, that would be pretty bad. You should probably try and avoid those. But hey, once your leg's paralyzed, it's gonna be fine, right? You can't get them paralyzed again. And like, you're gonna have $1 million by the end of this. You can afford all the accommodations and things, right? You could have like the best prosthetic everythings forever with $1 billion. Like, literally, what can't you buy with $1 billion? $1 billion is so much. It's so scary. In the last 30 seconds, if you happen to encounter, like, you would die? Well, you can like try and swim away. Like, would you risk it? Like, $1 billion, we ain't just giving it out for free swimming. You gotta like survive some stuff. You gotta survive some stuff. Which made me think of my next question. Okay. Would you consent to having your entire life for 1 year be streamed to 10,000 people for $5 million? Do you like my arbitrary choice of numbers? Why would I pick this number? I don't know. That is not the right toggle. Which toggle is it? There we go. Heart eyes. Do you like my random number choices? No. Your ass with the loading supply zone sounds good. But what if you get dumped in random spots in the ocean every time? Did my music stop? My music did stop. I was like, is it just my headphones? It didn't stop. It literally just stopped. The music's my stream cafe, by the way. 5 mil kind of tempting, right? Like 10,000 isn't that many compared to like however billion people exist in this world, right? So most people still wouldn't know the evil things you did at night. But like they got to see you from all angles, like you know those cool 360 live streams. I don't know if there's actually like 360 degrees or if they're like lying, but no. You don't want people staring at you in the shower? You actually want privacy for a year? That's crazy. I can't believe anyone would want privacy in the year of 2026. Like, there's already so much surveillance anyway. It's not like it's any different. How they would probably stay to watch me after years up. Oh, and then you get favors, right? Like, oh yeah, 5,000 concurrent viewers at all times because they've seen me naked. They seen me hanging out with my new girlfriend. They saw me eating like 60 bowls of noodles in a day for this noodle eating competition. Like, yeah. They're my biggest fans now. Parasocial much? How many gotcha fools that can get me 5 millies, 5 mil? Okay, what if? What if we just change it a bit? What if it's 100,000 people? Does that change it for you? Does that change the stakes? For context, the HoloLivers would get about 5,000 viewers on average. 100,000 is like a major corpo debut maybe. And this many people would just watch you. 5 mil is still 5 mil? Alright, what about for 2 mil? No, please, that's too many. Right! That is so many. I do not mean to keep putting toggles on. I'm not mad at you guys. Yeah, I don't think I would. But you're like set for life. Well, not really, but like you could buy a house after like 1 year of work. Like maybe it's like you could pretend you're a really famous streamer for a year. And then you could put it on your resume. Oh, I worked for a year and earned $2 million. Could be okay. Photo stay to watching. That's still so many people. Still a good sum of cash. I could max out like 3 5-stars with that. Only. These gacha games these days, they are predatory. They want you to die. Clearly. Okay, that was an interesting one. I think there was like a TV show or something. No, there were like these hotels where it's like $1 to stay overnight. Except the whole thing was live streamed. I think I saw news about that at some point. I don't know how well it did. I can imagine people wouldn't be that interested in seeing like a random stranger just sleeping for 9 hours. I don't, but like $1 for a night, it's not bad, right? As long as it's not like creepy people. I mean, you would never know if it's only creepy people on the other side. Yeah, no, I'll pay for a normal hotel night. I thought about it though. I considered it. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I have a cute one. So you know how in some anime you have the cute characters, right? Like Otome from Aikatsu. It'll be like Otome tanda yo. Would you speak in third person for a year for $1 million? And now the thing with this one is, which toggle is that? Not that one. That one. Maybe like Yufu is hungry. Yufu wants to hang out with Yufu's friends. $1 million to $1 million. But like, what if you mess up? If you mess up, then all the money's gone. You have as much prep time as you want before we start. Like, if you wanted to have like 3 months to learn the habit before you have to commit to it for a year, you can. You could do that if you wanted to. How much prep time do you think you would need though? I feel like I would need like 7 months prep time, honestly. Because something like that would like take over your entire life, right? Like, because like imagine you get 11 months and then you accidentally say like, oh, I want this. Bam! You've just been talking third person for 11 months for nothing. And then you have to tell your friends, yeah, I don't actually talk in third person. I was just doing it for some money and I didn't get the money in the end, right? The friends would be like, you fool! I'm like, I know, I'm you fool. You fool? Yeah, you get it? Okay. I feel like if you could get into the entertainment industry, it wouldn't be as cringe, right? Because maybe it's just your persona. Oh, Yufu-tan is hungry. Yufu wants $1 billion. But if it's just not, if it's just in Universal, like pretend you have to do a presentation, and it's like, and our studies suggest, well, Yufu's team's studies, and Yufu thinks that you are not getting a job with the academics for a year. You are not. Maybe you just try and stay home and try not to speak much for a year. Hikikomori lifestyle? Imagine if it applies to messaging as well. I feel like I could do it if I was just messaging people, but I couldn't speak. Just like tie up my mouth for a year. No, I don't think I could do that. I think that's too harsh. I don't think I could do that. Coming ice bear? We bears with this one? What do you mean? Coming ice bear? これって何? Shall we move on to the next question then? There was this really... No, I'm not gonna do that one. I decided I was not that interested. Okay, would you rather... Would you rather be able to quick save your life whenever, or save? You know what the difference between quick save and save is, right? Like just like save once per month. And you can have as many save files, but you can only have one quick save. Oh, speaks in third person? I gotcha. Okay, here's a new question. So basically, you know a quick save, right? You can save it and then you can go back to it. But once you've gone back to it, you can't go back to it again. But if you save, then you can go back to that save point whenever you want. But you can only save once per month. Right, it's so difficult. Honestly, I would go with save because I'm like, oh, just in case. I feel like save is the safer choice, but quick save could be more beneficial if you generally don't make too many issues, right? Quick save is just a single do-over. Yeah, but you can choose to put that quick save anywhere to like redo any part that's small, right? If you want to go back to your save, you have to go all the way back. Wouldn't you just be able to quick save right after loading it? You technically could. But would you really want to quick save like that many times? And like, what if you quick save, you go back to it, and then you're like, no, I want to go back to that a bit ago. You go quick save, really? I feel like I'm confusing myself with this question. So you go quick save, and then you go back to it, and then you quick save again. But like, if you have save, you can have multiple save files. You could be like, oh, I'll go back to 9 months ago. Actually, no, I want to just go back to like 3 months ago, actually. Oh, no, I want to go back to 6 months ago. Oh, I want to... Quick save, you can't do that. Maybe I'm not making sense at all. Maybe I'm just babbling on about nothing. We can go on to the next question. Would mess with your head? Would pick saves like a rubber bag every month? And like see if you get caught. And then if it's like, oh, I got caught, I'll just go back 6 months before I did that. Still think quick save though? Yeah, I feel like quick save is pretty useful for like regular day. But if you were to do something major, then surely save, right? Like choose your career path, save first. Right? You can't do that as efficiently with quick save. Because you'd only have one. Okay, anyway, next question. Next question. This is like a lot less questioning your entire life one, because I had a dream about this question last night. It was really stupid, but I had a dream about it, so I'm gonna ask you guys. 50 Macca's burgers in a week for 1k. Okay, this is Australian dollars, so I'm gonna just say like, what, 600 USD. There we go. So it's a bit more equivalent in my brain of how I was thinking of it. Okay, let me move all these toggles. Which toggles are they? I love how I don't know my toggles. 4? Which is 7? No, 8. No, 6. There we go. Yes! Yes! Consider reliving your life up to that point. That's true. I would crash out if I had to like do the same exams again and again and again. Mac is burgers pass? What kind of burgers? Mac is like McDonald's. Just like the boring ones, you know, just meat, piece of cheese, a single pickle, and some mayo, I guess. Yeah, that's all you really need for 600 USD, but you have to eat 15 a week. Which is still, I think I figured it out as like 4 or 5 burgers a day, which isn't awful. It's not awful, but like the burgers aren't that tasty. At least the ones here, at least the ones I've had, they're just not that great. They're like a solid 4 out of 10 food. Like they're fine. If you get them with chips, you know, it's kind of like a 5, 6 out of 10. But like it's crazy work. Can you believe I dreamed this? And I woke up like, I gotta add it to my list of hypotheticals. Crying. Oh, I can barely one whole burger by myself, so nah. 7 a day, 8 on Sunday. Wait, is that how maths works out? No, what? Oh, yes, I guess it would. I guess that's how the maths would work out. Yeah, because it's 50. That's crazy. Right, because 7 bucks a day is doable, but definitely desirable. Right. I would not recommend this to anyone. But hey, that's still quite a bit of money. I could buy a Switch too. For 50. What if the burgers are free? Does the burgers being free help at all? Or does that not really make a difference? Because it's more about the psychological torture. Your poor tummy. What if you get like, if you can have like as many like stomach soothing medications, but like obviously if you have too many of those it's gonna hurt your stomach more, but like it's such a stupid hypothetical. That's a lot of burgers. Because like I eat 1 burger and I'll be so full. I don't even think I can eat 7 burgers in a day. If I could have like a person to help me, we could definitely do it. Shoot me that were free, 600 on the line. Yeah, right? Okay, what about this? What about this? Would you do 100 Macca's burgers in a week with 1 friend for that much money? But you have to share the money between you. Maybe that's a bit mean, isn't it? Maybe that's a bit mean. Okay, what about no? No, I'm changing that. I'm changing that. We'll make it easier. We'll do like 60 Macca's burgers in a week with 1 friend. So that's 30 each. But you share you're half the money. Where are my toggles? There we go. It's a bit low for the torch I go through. It's only 50. It's not like 3 billion burgers. I wonder what the max burger someone's had in a day is. Like, obviously, those competition eaters would definitely take this offer. It's like, free money and free burgers? Sugoi! I wish I could eat that much. Kind of wants a deal. Have a friend that desperately wants to bulk. So no diff. I don't think I could eat 30 burgers, but I feel like I have a friend who could eat 40 burgers and I could eat 20 burgers. I feel like we could do that kind of. But then still 3 burgers. Well, 3 burgers a day isn't that bad for me. 1 for each meal, right? And then my friend eating 40, she could definitely eat 40 burgers in a week. I think we could do this. So that's like 450 AUD each at the end. I should ask my friend. Would you eat 40 burgers in a week for 450 AUD? Okay, I'm gonna ask her that. Okay. Hypothetically, would you eat 40 Macca's burgers in a week for 450 AUD? Okay, I asked her. We'll see what she says. 30, so it doesn't sound so bad. Easier with a friend, plus it's free money. Yeah, bite? Okay, fair enough. But yeah, we gave up on 50 burgers each, didn't we? Okay, what's my next one? Okay, this one. I saw a tweet that's like, oh, I wish there was human kibble. There actually is human kibble. Like, kind of like a cereal that has every nutrient for a human. Apparently it tastes really bad, but like, you can guess what human kibble is. So, would you eat human kibble for the rest of your life for $1 million? Just have Cheerios? That's not quite the same, I think. But would you human kibble for the rest of your life for $1 million? I guess I'd try and make it kind of tasty, because they kind of like make pet food taste good for pets, right? But it can't be the tastiest thing, right? And then That sounds kind of strange. And if your friend's like, oh, let's go out and have lunch together, you have to be like, oh, sorry, I have to eat my human kibble. I'm kind of like restricted by the laws of nature now, that if I don't eat my human kibble, I might explode. That's actually really, really scary. Can you do rice only though? Okay. A human kibble a few months ago. You saw that? Oh, you know, maybe I'm stalking your YouTube and stuff. Unless you meant like in person, because that's kind of scary. I would like to see that though. That seems really interesting. Human kibble for $1 million. Any takers? Going once. Going twice. Sold to nobody. That's a lot of money. I feel like in this economy though, it's not that much. Like, you only live once, right? And if you spend the rest of your life not enjoying food, then what's the point? I don't think I would take it. I don't think I would take it for 10 million either. Any takers of human kibble? I like the silence. I asked my friend the thing and her response is, do I get the burgers for free? I'll be like, yes, you do get the burgers for free. But it would be so funny. Like, she would try it. Okay, thank you. Good to know. I don't have $450 for you though. But thanks. But thanks. Amazing. How much would it cost though to get that many burgers? Pasta this entire life just for a meal? Right. Right. But I think for me it's more like I love food too much to not be able to eat what I like just for money. Which chip in for this to happen? We must. Do you have the kibble one or the burgers one? Like, I'm fine with buying all the burgers, but like the reward, the prize money. That's like 900 AUD. Do you guys want to give me 900 AUD to hear me and my friend eat 50 burgers? No, 60 burgers. That's awful. That's so bad. But then, so shit, it's deep. It's basically 3 million or 5 million. Yeah, I guess it's like 1.5 million for me here in Australia, if that is USD for the kibble one. That's still a lot of money. That's so much. Because I say I wouldn't do it, but if I wasn't, you know, if I didn't have parents still paying for stuff, but if I actually had to, like, make my own money, I might take it. For the stability and the peace. And I would have to give up Shin Ramen for kibble. I can't believe. Okay, next question. We're done with that. Okay. I only have like a couple left that I want to do, so you guys should probably think up some questions if you want to, or we could just end afterwards. But let me see. I have one here. If you had the opportunity to redo your life with your current knowledge and skills, would you? Nani, yeah? Which means you would entirely ace your primary school classes. They'll be like, would you like to learn how to do basic addition? Yes, Yufu. You carry the one, and then like you'd be top of your class. And maybe your whole life would be different. And hey, if you're pretty old or if you're like dying, you might as well take it, right? Just an extra chance at life. Get to see people all over again. Maybe you had a best friend who died. If you take this, you'll get to see them again. But they won't know that you are best friends. But you could always become best friends with them again. What do you think? Because I used to always think yes. That's a great deal, but you would also have to go through the education system again. Do you know how awful the education system is again? There is nothing I hate more than the education system. If I had to go through high school again, I would be crashing out every single day. I would ace all my exams and get into like the bestest unis ever and get every single scholarship, hopefully. If I didn't get a scholarship redoing my life, I'd be kind of mad at myself. Like, I'd be beat up my bullies if I did that. Because you would have so many skills. I don't know if you'd have the muscle. I guess you would know how to gain muscle so you could like punch him in the face. Right! Just gotta lock in. We since I'm not old, so it would be interesting. Right? That would be interesting. But I feel like the early years would be really tedious, especially like if you're a baby and your mother's like, ooh, goo goo gaga, who's my cute little baby? And you'd have to be like, man, I have so many years of this, I can't even speak. Wah, wah, wah. Mother's like, oh, do you want bread? And you're like, no, I want to go to school. Oh, those years. Like, surely you would like somewhat quickly forget a lot of the things you learn, but you'd have like the best emotional intelligence by the time you're like 5. But then again, parents usually do things assuming that their baby's gonna forget them. Like, do you have any memories from before you're 7? I heard that like most of us just don't have any memories from before we're 7. So like, yeah. Maybe parents are gonna do some crimes in the first 7 years, and you will know. Maybe. This would combined with monthly saves, it'd be an amazing setup if you get to like save your bank money. And it's like, I was born and I now have $3 billion in my bank account. Can I skip that part of your life? The baby part. The baby part. But if you skip the baby part, you're not going to know the family dynamic. You're going to like become sentient at 12 years old and be like, why is my mother not my mother? Because your parents had a divorce when you were a baby and you didn't know that. I don't think you should skip that part of your life. But hey, if you want to show up, why not skip that part of your life? Why not? Saving at a point in your life that you can rewind to? Oh, yeah. See, if you could save your life, just whatever, you could just do every exam again and again and again. Have you guys watched The Girl Who Leapt Through Time? It's a really good movie that I really like. It's got really cute romance. I love Chiaki. He's so cute. And I love the main character as well. I forgot her name though, but I like her. She's so cute. And she basically has the ability to go back in time. Not like way too far, right? Maybe like an hour, 2 hours, to a week. Not like years or anything, right? And she uses it to like win every, do really well in all her tests, sing karaoke for 40 hours. It's like, oh, time's up, let me go back 2 hours. Yeah, okay, let's start our karaoke session. And she goes home like, the mother's like, yeah, where have you been? It's like, oh, I've been doing karaoke. Oh, for how long? Maybe 40 hours. Like, that's my goal. I would do karaoke for that long if I could. Regret minus the part where it ends up where you kick the bucket. Mario Kids Rewind? Yeah. I guess so. That's, yeah. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. I do like it. And yeah, the characters are really silly and cute. It's like my ideal dynamic. It's the dynamic you see in anime. But like, you wish it were you. You have the flirty guy, the serious guy, and then the chaotic MC. It's what I always thought my life would be like. Oh, beautiful romance here, beautiful romance there. Right? Okay, do I have any more questions? Okay. I think I just have one more question. If you have any like important questions, just let me know after this one. Okay. Okay. This is what I saw on Reddit as well. If you could add a 0 to any number in your life, where would you put it? Let me give you an example, because this is kind of hard to conceptualize. For example, if you are 6 years old, you can now be 60 years old. If you earn 10,000 a year, you can now earn 100,000 a year. Where are you putting the 0 in your life? You could do it on a test score. Maybe you scored a 60. Now you earned a 600. How did you get that extra credit? I don't know. Ask your education system. Maybe they will know. Maybe a teacher will know. Right? Maybe you won the lottery for $600,000. You now have $6 million. Give me that money. Right. I was also like, yeah, let's go with money. This one person was like, I'm going to change my 5 figures to 6 figures. And the person underneath was like, I'm going to change my 5 figures to 50 figures. And it's like, bro, a 50 figure Income? Raise, please? Of scholarship, I'd get the money left over at the end of the school year. Sorry. What is Hope Scholarship? Or is it you hope for a scholarship? You get the money left over? Do they give you the money left over? Zero to your net worth? Still nothing? Oh, that's so sad. But like, could you imagine someone would be like so unhelpful? Like if I added a zero to my commission prices, no one's gonna be buying my stuff for $600. I was like, that was a pointless exercise. Like imagine if you did that because you like maybe didn't understand the question, and people would be like, hey, what did you put your zero on? You're like, oh, I put in my prices. It's like, bruh, you wasted your zero. You wasted your zero, man. Other than money, what would you want to put it on? Grams of noodles? Instead of 200 grams of shin ramen, we could have 2,000 grams. That's a lot of noodles. It definitely wouldn't last long because I would eat them fast and then what? And then nothing, huh? What if you could remove a number? If you could remove a number to anywhere in your life, where would it be? I would definitely remove my number of my university fees, because my university fees are stupid here. Like, so stupid. My roommate, who's a med student, is legit calculating how much she spends on her classes by the second. That's how much it is that you can calculate how much it costs by the second. So it's like, yeah, no. I'm glad I'm not doing med. That sounds really scary. One PC add a zero, I get 10. I can sell 9 of them. Wow, you and Buddy. Wow. To be fair, that's smart. I should have done that. Given the state that are here in the US, by with a 3 GPA that is calculated with only core classes, covers up to 80% of your college tuition. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Wow. I'm always so curious though, the people who have gotten like scholarships. I read this one book once. It was kind of steamy and it was really good actually. Not because it was steamy, but like it was my first time as a kid reading with a scene, so I was like, whoa, am I allowed to read this? But it was really good. She got like a scholarship because she was in a like really poor area. And she was studying really hard and got into this school with like really, really rich guys. They were all handsome and stuff. I don't remember literally anything from the plot or what it's called. But if I could read it again, I would read it again. There was a series I used to read. And my friends read it as well and I don't remember. Anyway, I really am curious what it would be like to be on a scholarship. Do you think like in Oran Host Club, high school host club, do you think it's similar? They'd be like, differences in how you grew up because of like money differences. I'm kind of low-key surprised that people are like looking down on me for not having $1 billion trillion here. Kawaii. So weird. Okay, do you guys have any more hypothetical questions? Any question you would like to bring up? If not, I will have one final question. Unless you guys have some questions. What are we thinking? Oh! Okay, that's not what the book was about. Equity scholarships compared to merit scholarships. But they do equity. I saw this post of this guy who was like, oh, I wrote down in my application that I was gay so I could get this special like a scholarship into the school, but I'm not actually gay. But I got to the school and I was so nervous, so I got a boyfriend just in case, but now I'm actually in love with him. It's like, bro. I'm so proud. What a great story. But yes, I love... Pride Month is so funny because I see all these tweets, like my entire Twitter is all Pride Month stuff, which is good, by the way. And this tweet is like, during Pride Month, just gonna say, during Pride Month, whenever anything slightly bad happens. Because if you don't know, obviously, it's probably very obvious that I do like my girls, I do like my guys. So literally anytime anything ever happens bad to me, I'm like, No discount on sausages for me during Pride Month? I'm gonna get a lot more annoying this month and it's gonna be great. Okay, well, then I guess we will have one final question. One iconic question. Are you ready for the most iconic question ever? Okay. For, what was it? $10 million and immortality. No. I went that badly. You get $10 million and immortality. But there's an immortal snail. You know where this is going, right? There's an immortal snail. It moves at standard snail pace. Always knows where you are. If the snail touches you, you die. Basically it. Would you do it? Would you take it? Which toggle is that? Not that one, this one, yes. Okay, yes. Trap an invisible container you can easily access? Really? What if it escapes the container? Isn't that bad? What are you gonna do? I feel like, I just thought of it, what if you went overseas and just lived overseas for the rest of your life? There's no way an immortal snail could like go from Australia to America, right? Like how is a snail gonna swim through the ocean? I mean, I guess it's immortal, but it's gonna take so long that I'm gonna be sick of life and I'll just die. Or maybe after, like if I calculate the average snail pace and how long it's gonna get to America, then I could just move back to Australia in like 30 years time. And like, if I keep moving forward and backwards every 30 years, it should be fine, right? Like if the snail's only goal is to get to me, then like, yeah, it's kind of predictable, right? Right? Kind of exciting pill. What do you mean? What? But the snail's immortal. Mom's Tupperware will be strong enough to keep it locked up. You trust the Tupperware with the life-destroying snail? Still a snail after all. Not like it can type SVGs. Face through solid objects. That's true. That's true. But what if it's like a determined snail? Because the snail knows it can't die and it can't get hurt. So it might as well like push itself off a table, like roll down a hill or whatever to get out of the container. No matter what you do, it's not going to give up. Maybe it'll try eating through it because it's not going to die if it digests all the micro and macro plastics. The snail's going to be fine. What if the snail had a chainsaw? Or a halberd? That touched me as well, and I think the snail will gain sentience after some. What? I didn't know about that one. I don't like that one. What do you mean? What do you mean? What, is the snail not already sentient? Okay. Maybe when you're tired of living forever with your immortality, you're just like, wait for the snail. Wait, don't you want to keep the snail somewhere? Yeah, maybe you're smart with the Tupperware thing, right? Because like, you don't want to live forever if you're immortal. But then what if you want to die at some point? You're gonna get tired of things after like, what, 50 trillion years of existence? I guess you would forget things in the past and you could experience again. So maybe you could actually enjoy a life of immortality if your memory was really bad. Like maybe you need memory issues. Maybe you can like have self-imposed, like, impose is not the right word, but you know, amnesia. If you have amnesia and you could live forever, it wouldn't be that bad, right? Would I love the planet? I don't think the snail's gonna make it there unless the snail learns how to become like a astronaut. Because the snail could like live forever, right? So the snail might as well go through the training to get into space. Sure, YouTube short about that. I might have to check that out. No downside because you can always outrun the snail, and if you do get tired of life, you can just stop running from it, right? You should keep the snail in view. You should definitely keep the snail in view. Yeah, but do I trust it just in Tupperware? Wouldn't it be stressful though? Maybe it's like a pet, right? You could come to love the snail. Maybe you talk to the snail every day. Maybe the snail could have a name. You guys could get along, right? Never said that the immortal snail wanted to kill you, right? Right? Just ominous that it knows where you live. But hey, it's like Santa Claus. Santa knows where you live. But like, you don't think Santa's gonna kill you, right? That will make the consideration really hard. That's true. That's true. but you will find more people to love as well. Sure, they will go, but you will find more love. As long as you keep finding support systems, I feel like you could maybe. But do you believe, like, if you live that long, you'll actually get tired of things, you start being evil kind of thing? Cough, cough, on a tail, cough, cough, cough. And then you'll, like, get bored of doing evil things as well. And then, yeah. Interesting. Interesting. I had another question, now I forgot it. What was it? What was it? Do you remember? Do you remember? To grieve deeply is to love truly. No? Right, right. That's entirely true. When you learn to love people, then you realize it's all worth it. Love is the greatest thing ever. If you get amnesia, forget it. That's bad. That's bad. That's a good point. You're gonna have to have like posters on your house being like, beware the snail. But like, how are you gonna tell yourself to like trust the snail's actually evil? Like, surely you're gonna be like, let's past me crazy. There was a reason I was in hospital, right? Maybe it was more than just amnesia. Surely this snail's gonna be fine. Let's go through exposure therapy to touch this snail, because your therapist's gonna be like, obviously there's no way the snail could actually be dangerous. So then you can touch the snail and die. So basically if you have any medical problem, you're just gonna die because of the snail. Right? Provoke the military to attack me and I can learn how to dodge bullets? I mean, sure. Sure. You could be the world's like greatest criminal then, right? You might as well just do any evil thing you planned. Like, also don't, but like you could. Character development arc is like, oh, today I learned how to explode cats. I don't know. I don't know. Don't do that, actually. Don't do that. Yeah. What if it wasn't an immortal snail? No, right. Okay, what if it was an immortal cat at a standard cat pace? Do you know how scary a cat pace is? A cat can run, but a cat can also walk. Maybe you have to keep the cat happy so that the cat would just like be chill and walk around slowly, right? But if you make it angry, maybe it'll run towards you. So you have to keep the cat happy. But it's also, you're gonna get in trouble if you like lock a cat up in a Tupperware. So don't do that, okay? Wait, what about this? What about this scenario? That there's a cat. If the cat touches you, you die. But if you let the cat die, you die. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna do this? If you let the cat die, you die. See, my thought was give the cat to someone else to look after. But if it's immortality, that person who's looking after the cat is eventually gonna die. Then you have to like find a way to transfer that cat to someone else. And once the cat stops being looked after, I can assume the cat's gonna get mad. The cat's gonna come after me. Big oof. What do we think about the cat situation? You could have like a you know how in COVID they had these really weird inventions of like hats that had like big things on the side that like push people away? The cat is immortal? No, the cat is not immortal. It's just a cat, a normal cat. And if the cat dies, you die. Schrodinger's cat. Be the cat till it becomes fat enough that it can't move and catch you. Bro will leave you alone. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Hello, kitty. I know you're kind of dangerous. Would you like 50 kilograms of tuna? But if the cat dies, you die. So you don't want to overfeed your cat too much. You want to look after your cat. Can you give your cat to the vet to look after? Because like the vet as a establishment, they will always have more people to look after this cat, right? What if you pay the vet to look after them? You get $10 million. You can allocate like $5 million of these dollars to keeping this cat alive for as long as you can. By giving them to the vet, right? Do you like my plaid? I hope the cat's cute. I hope we get to name the cat. What if? What if? Mm-hmm. What do we think of this one? What do we think? If it's an elephant! Cat's an organization of rural population that's heavily into faith. Right, right! Surely, if you give it to like an organization, they can look after a cat, and if you pay them enough money, right? What if it's an elephant? There's an elephant. Will you address the elephant in the room? How to eat the immortal snail? Have it steal the snail's immortality? Is that how that works? Elephant's in Africa, so I'm safe. But if the elephant dies, you die. Are you just gonna wait for the elephant's natural lifespan to end and you're just like, let me search up how long an elephant lives. Elephant lifespan 65 years. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You can just leave the elephant. They live up to so many years. You can just leave the elephant in Africa, man. Alright, that was a lovely hypothetical. You're late. That's okay. It's okay. Welcome in. Aha, does anyone have any other questions though? Anyone got any hypotheticals or would you rathers? Because I'm like running out of things on my list. Let me see if there's any others I missed. Okay, this one that's like slightly less interesting. But we could do it. We could do it. I feel like it's kind of cliche, this one. Anyway, the elephant dies of old age. So you're kind of just assuming it's like a normal situation. Like, oh, elephant will die at normal time, I'll die at normal time. You just entirely just... Oh, well, I guess you get the money, so... Alright, current question. $1 million to stay inside a white room for a year. You get to have entertainment, Wi-Fi, etc., but you cannot leave. What do you think of this? Because there are a lot of these ones on Reddit that are like really scary. It's like, oh yeah, you can't talk to people. You have to stare at a wall for 50 hours a day. You don't get to have friends. And I was like, no one's gonna pick that. No one's gonna pick that. Like, come on. Only eat food for a year? Or only eat one food for a year or $1 billion? Do you want to do that one first then? Okay. Let me remove this one. Goodbye. One food for a year or $1 million. See, ooh. By one food, do you mean like one ingredient? Or like, could it be one meal? Which are we thinking? Because obviously if you could pick one meal, you would want to pick like the biggest meal with the most nutrients, right? Because you're going to come out the other end like dying. One dish? Okay, one dish. Because instinctively I'd be like, oh, I want shin ramen because it's delicious. I feel like if I only had sodium in my body... Ooh, do we get prep time to think beforehand or do we have to come up with it on the spot? Because if I had to think of it now, like, ugh, I really don't know what's something that's like nutritious. Chicken sandwich? Chicken salad? Because people are always like, oh yeah, my diet for gaining muscle is, oh, I just ate chicken and rice for like 7 months straight. So I guess I would pick chicken and rice with like some salad and dressing or something. It would be pretty bad, but a whole year of that? A whole year? But being able to say, oh, I have $1 million at like only 22 years old. Like, can you believe that? I'm like so rich. You're like so not. Oh, the social clout. Mr. Beast did a challenge like that and it basically gave the guy who did the challenge PTSD and he was only there for like a month. With the food. The same meal. You do a bit. Oh, that's smart. A bento. Do you get to choose like the contents of the bento each time, or is it just the same bento again and again and again? I guess if you got like a really big bento, you could like not eat the whole thing, so you wouldn't get like too used to it. Slow down time or stop time? Okay, I would just like start making a list. Okay, slow down time or stop time. Okay, we're up to the first one, so I'm gonna make that one red. Maybe I'll do like a next up. Next up. There we go. There we go. Amazing. Splendid. Chicken katsu or pork katsu bento for a whole year? That much fried food for every meal for a year? Is your stomach going to explode? I feel like that would be yummy though. Know the room? I can imagine. Okay, we'll get back to that conversation in a sec. For a whole year. But I guess it is like quite nutritious, right? They have like the salad portion, they have the rice portion. Ooh, have you seen those really cool bento boxes, right? And like the things at the bottom heat up the things at the top. So you could have like your miso soup at the bottom and it's gonna keep your rice warm. Ah, so yummy! Okay, did you guys have any more conversation about the food a year thing? Okay then, I guess we can move on to our next one. Okay, I'll change that to red. Challenge back when Jimmy was likable. See, this does sound like torture, right? It's just straight torture. If it was like no entertainment. So that's why I put in some things so it wouldn't be like impossible, right? If you have to stay in an entirely white room for a year, but you get your entertainment. You can have a couch, you can have a TV, you can have as many books as you want, but you don't get to talk to anyone, like in person. I guess you could have like video calls, you have Wi-Fi, that's entirely fine. But like, say if you wanted a book, you don't have someone hand you the book, it just like falls from the ceiling or something. Like you literally don't get to communicate with any people. You don't even know if there are people outside your room monitoring you. You don't know this. You're just in a white room for a year with your entertainment. I stream from the white room would be terrible. Right. But like technically you could probably get like a projector screen and like project like scenery or something. That might make you like kind of sad though if you just saw the beautiful scenery and it's like, that's not real, that's a projection, this is all a lie. But it's only a year, but it's also only $1 million. It's not like that much money. Still, it's like 1.5 for Australian dollars, but still, it's not like that much money. It's not like $1 billion, but it's not like it's a life-death situation either. It's kind of like a hikikomori life, I guess. But the ice stream would be pretty bad. Everything burritos, everything yes. Any issue would get me through this if no entertainment was the choice? No. Yes, but no entertainment sounds way too hard. I would never want anyone to go through that. Because in theory, I was like, yeah, I could do anything. It's only a year. And then like a week passes and you're like, yeah, this could take a while. Yeah, because I'm always like, oh, you know what? We're almost through the education system. Just another year, and then we can graduate high school. 1 year goes on for like 10 years. That's how it feels. That's how it feels. Okay. I don't think I would. I feel like maybe if you don't have much going for you in your life. But I feel like I want to be able to see my friends in person. I want to go to classes. I want to eat yummy food and stuff. But you can't have the same experiences if you're stuck in a white room. And like, these are my years of development. I'm learning about myself, and I don't want to waste a year in a white room. If you give me this offer in like 10 years time, I might take it. But I don't want to take it now, you know? Way it worked in the Mr. Beast challenge is took something away each week until all the guy had left was his guitar. So you could tell it was seriously wearing mentally on the guy. How much did they start with? Did they start with like a whole room? Yeah, I can imagine. I don't do that if Mr. Beast is like, hey, do you want to join a project? That sounds a bit sketchy. I personally would not do that. But I guess you would learn to be pretty good at the guitar by the end of it. If you had like basic knowledge on like chords and stuff. If you had no knowledge of like trying to figure out chords yourself, no. Good point, right? I'm so good at speaking. But yeah. Okay. Do you have any more comments for this question? I do like this music. It's so funny. Alright, I guess we'll move on to the next one then. There we go. Would you rather be able to slow down time or stop time? See, I was instinctively like stop time. Why would you want to slow down time? But I guess if you wanted to enjoy the moment more, I feel like having the ability to stop time would be a bit more stressful. And be like, oh, I need to make sure I stop at the right time. Oh, I need to make sure. And you'd have like a lot of pressure on yourself. Like, I don't know. You would always be watching out for people. And it's like, oh, they're going to fall in the river. I didn't stop time in time. I didn't... Right? But then slowing down time, I feel like you wouldn't be as pressured. But stopping time would probably be more useful. Because it's like, oh, I could just stop time and have like a 9-hour nap, you know? Or I could study for extra time. I could study like 90 hours straight. You know? TV, pool table, jacuzzi, and some other stuff. That is a full room. That sounds scary. Obviously not at the start, but like... How does he get away with this? Are these like ethically approved? Are you allowed to just do that with people? I'll have to research that. That doesn't sound so ethical, but... Slow down time or stop time? What are we thinking? Slow down time makes people think I can dodge bullets. Yeah, basically. That's a good one. Slow down time, be like, I'm actually like a speed writer. You could win a lot of competitions if you could slow down time, couldn't you? Like fastest runner, Olympian. I feel like even if I could slow down time, there'd be people who could run faster than me. But could they run as far as me? Probably, honestly. Stop time has a 24-hour cooldown. Since when was there a cooldown? Okay, let me add that to the rules. Okay. Stop time has a 24-hour cooldown. Yeah, I definitely... What toggles do I keep turning on? I can't believe this. There we go. I feel like definitely I would go with slow down time then. Oh, but then what if you get too used to slowing down time? Like in exams, you're so used to like slowing down the time, and your 40 hours prep time, it takes you like 80 minutes. What, 40 hours? 40 minutes, and it takes you 80 minutes. And then you become over-reliant on slowing down time to the point where you genuinely can't do the work that's expected of being done in 40 minutes, and it takes you 80 minutes every single time, and then you feel like you're falling behind in life, and you have to tell your therapist like, oh, my sense of time is weird, and things take me twice as long as everyone else. Oh. But I guess maybe it wouldn't be that bad if you could just slow down time whenever you wanted forever. Really, you could just slow it down until it's almost stopped. That's true. That's true. You might as well slow it down to like 100th speed, 1000th speed, practically. Yeah. I would try and slow down my sleep, like at night, so I could get more sleep. And therefore, spend more time awake, and then I could just make my sleep feel like it's super long, and you know, whatever. I would go with slow down. Do slow down, baby. Do. Time will make calc way more fun. Will it though? You're gonna end up spending more time there. You're a masterclass procrastinator. Class A procrastinator. See, but if you can slow down time, you're gonna be procrastinating more. And the more time you spend procrastinating, it's like longer between times you're going over your notes. And the longer you take between your notes, the more you're gonna forget them. So you're gonna have learned more in general if you just didn't slow down time. Application of limits and then theoretical. This is true maths brain for me. ごめんね。Maths できないっす。Okay. Anyone have any other questions? While I drink some water, make sure to drink your water. 水を飲む? Believe it, study. You should study, like right now. Get to work. Get to work, bucko. Buddy, chum, pal, friend, but... Okay. Any other questions? Let me see if I have anything written. Nope, that was all my questions. Does anyone have any final questions? Wouldn't slower time, more time to study, but also slower time means more time to not study. I guess it depends on like how well you can like structure your time and focus, right? I would love to see the difference of someone who could slow down time, who only uses it for not studying, and then someone who only uses it for studying. Or I bet if that was like a... What if everyone could do that? Then the norm would be like things being done immediately in normal time, because everyone was just so used to slowing down time. And it's like, okay, I need this paper done within the next 10 minutes. Like this entire research paper that should take 60 hours because they're so used to everyone like stopping time and blah 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 blah. Like the whole kind of paradox is if like everyone was a time traveler. How would it even work if everyone was a time traveler? I think we give up. I think we don't even try and think about that. You guys should watch Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who. Especially the Capaldi arc with Clara. Clara is so pretty. She's so pretty. It's crazy. And I basically only watched like the horror episodes though, but I do like them with the timey-wimey stuff. And the Weeping Angels. The Weeping Angels are such an interesting enemy, right? If you guys have heard of them. So basically, if you look at them, they stop moving. If you don't look at them, they come chase you. Pretty bad. But the interesting thing is, the way they kill you is they send you back in time. And then you live out your life in the past. And then you die in the past. So in the present moment, you'll be dead and they feast on that energy. But technically, you get to live your full life, but you just live your life in the past. Isn't that interesting? Who comes up with these things? I would love to come up with monsters for Doctor Who. I couldn't come up with them that creatively, but like I would love to. Don't you ever wish you could like go into like the recording studios, the planning studios, and be like, ooh, what kind of cool ideas do you have today? Ooh, how could I grab some spoilers to sell online for $15 so I can buy 60 burgers? I wonder if my friend said anything else about the burger thing. 150 burgers. You know, I low-key would want to see if we could eat 60 burgers. even without the prize money. And I would give you like daily updates, like day 1 of the burger feast, day 2, day 3. It's not getting any better. How much does it cost for a Macca's burger? Cost of Macca's burger. I think they would kill me if I walked in like, can I buy 20 burgers? And my friend would have to go buy 40 burgers. I think they would like murder us. I have to go to bed now. Oh, arigato ne. Thank you for stopping by. Do rest well. Do dream of eating 60 burgers. Prices range from $3.50 up to $10.50. Okay, let's go with the $3.50. Okay, $3.50 times 60 burgers. $210. Would I pay... Wait. Yeah, would I spend $210 just for how funny it would be to have my friend eat 40 burgers in a week? Would I do that? I'll ask her. I low-key am tempted because you only live once and you only get to have dramatic moments of forcing your friends to do things once. Right? Okay. If we don't have any other questions though, we can end stream for today. Does anyone have any final question? 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 60 burgers, 2 and 1. Time's up. Okay, time's up, guys. Thank you so much though for coming by to the beloved Yufu show. Did you enjoy the Yufu show for today? Maybe we will have more hypotheticals in the future when I think of more of them. We could do like the trolley problems website at some point. That could be fun. That could be fun. I did like doing that a billion years ago with Kat. We did that kind of like ethical conundrum type stream. Well, I could do more of those things. I do like those things. And it was fun chatting with you. Trying to say chatting, yeah, we're gonna say, what is she on about? I don't even know. But yes, I will see you all next week then. Thank you so much for coming by. Farewell.